Hey guys, PrinceLaharlkun here, and welcome to the bonus episode of Mother 3. There's a bunch of things that I actually haven't really covered, that don't really pertain to the game, and because I've pretty much covered all of the game that I want to in the Let's Play, so I thought for a bonus episode, I would cover all of the extra stuff, outside of that, because if any of you have ever decided to explore the world of, information for the Mother series, you know that there is a ton of stuff out there if you take the time to go around and try to find things about it. Oh man, there's a lot. Like I've actually spent many an evening researching stuff on Earthbound, on Mother 3, on Mother 1 for the NES. There's a ton of stuff, so I'm gonna give you guys a few things that I recommend to you, as well as a couple of extra stuff. So let's go ahead and get started. The first thing I want to do, and I'm really sad that I didn't do this in the credits, but we'll get to that later. I would be absolutely remiss to not mention tomato. Okay, I realize this sounded kind of random, but the person that translated the game is Clyde Mandolin, and or as he's known famously on the Starman.net boards as Tomato. He has translated a lot of different things, specifically anime. He's actually translated a lot of anime, from what I've understood. He's got an entire portfolio on one of his websites you can look at. Really cool stuff. But more importantly, I want to bring attention to a website that he has called Legends of Localization. Now, on this website, he's got a whole bunch of... basically, he takes a game and compares its English translation to the Japanese translation, and then gives his own professional opinion on what he thought of the English translation from the Japanese. And it's really cool. Like, I thought it was just gonna be a bunch of bullcrap, but actually, through this, he actually finds out a lot of things about games you never would have really thought to see, such as he's covered The Legend of Zelda, he's covered Super Mario Brothers, he's actually done all of Earthbound. That's actually how this started, was he posted comparisons on his blog for Earthbound, and he just went ahead and just made this its own website. And it's really cool stuff. I recommend giving it a read. Oh, and he's also working on Mother 3 as well, but he's doing it slowly. I recommend giving it a read. You might learn something new. There's a lot of different stuff on that website. He also does a bunch of minor things too, like Q&As that viewers send in, such as the infamous Castlevania Symphony of the Night sequence at the beginning with Dracula. He compares that to the Japanese, and that's actually a lot more interesting than I thought it would be. So yeah, I'll leave a link to that in the description. You should definitely give that a look at. Next thing I wanted to talk about, I mentioned this earlier in that thing about Clyde, is Starman.net. Starman.net, for those of you not in the know, is probably one of, if not the most dedicated Mother fan sites on the internet. And there's a lot of stuff you can find here. Like, they actually, as far as I know, and correct me if I'm wrong, they actually created a handmade strategy guide for Mother 3. You can actually buy this on the website Fangamer, and it's like an actual physical copy of that strategy guide too, and it's really high quality. Like, I've collected a few strategy guides in my days, but this one is definitely one of the best. And if you don't want to buy it, the whole entire thing is available to read online. And I actually used a lot of my statistics in the later game, like the HP and all that stuff. I got some of that and some of the strategies from that website, from that strategy guide. And they're all really, the strategies used in the strategy guide are, well, really good. And it's got a checklist in the back if you want to try to collect everything. And it covers all sorts of things. So go ahead and give that a look too. I'll give that a link. I believe there's also a section on that website dedicated to translated interviews from Shigesato Itoi, the creator of the Mother series. And there's some of them are super long too, but a lot of the interviews with him are generally really interesting reads. Like, you learn a lot of things about the Mother series from them, such as some of the interviews are where, for example, in Earthbound, where some of the... Yeah, I can't say that because it's a spoiler, and I just realized that someone watching this is doing a blind Let's Play of Earthbound. But there's some really interesting things in those interviews, and they're definitely worth a read. But there's a lot of them, if I remember correctly, so give that a look. And that website overall is really good too. The next thing I want to talk about is music. Now, music in the Mother series is generally a really interesting experience, usually. Like, they generally tend to be very thematic, and I really like the music in the Mother series, as well as weird. And, so, despite that, there are actually a lot of interestingly remixed, rearranged soundtracks for the Mother series. The first of which I want to mention is the Mother 3 Plus and Mother 3i albums. These albums take some of the more popular songs from Mother 3 and basically remix them. Like, on the Mother 3 Plus soundtrack, you can actually find all of the DCMC songs that were present in the game have been properly remixed with live instruments and everything, and it's really cool. It's kind of got a live effect to it. I actually really enjoy it. They also translated, you knew where mine's at. They actually did some other songs like Snowman, Pollyanna, and the theme of love, which comes with some Japanese lyrics that I think actually fit the theme really well. And I think there's also an instrumental theme out there somewhere for that, but I'm not sure. Mother 3i, on the other hand, tends to focus more on not the really iconic songs of the Mother series, but more like the music directly from Mother 3, and I think, personally, I prefer I to Plus. And it's got more songs like Duster's Theme, which is a really good song, Flowers, the song that plays in the flower field. What else is there off the top of my head? Theme of Bad Boy is another good one. There's all sorts of songs on there, and they're all really good. The only problem is that they're only available on the Japanese iTunes. And as far as I know, I don't really know of any way in which you can purchase them. So you might just be stuck to listening to them on YouTube or something. Oh, excuse me. So, but if you can, and if you can somehow get a hold of them, I definitely recommend it. Now, concerning Mother music in general, there's a lot of stuff to talk about. There's also, I believe on Starman, there's a fan-made 4-disc soundtrack, or 4-disc remix done by fans of Earthbound music. I haven't actually taken the time to listen to any of them, but that's also something you might want to consider checking out too. I can't remember the name of it. I feel really bad. But as far as I know, that's something else too. I think it's on their website. I'll have to look, and I'll leave a link in the description for that. There's going to be a lot of links in the description, so you'll have a lot to look back to on this video, that's for sure. And lastly, I want to mention one of my favorite extra CDs that they made, which is of Mother 1. Now, I don't remember what specifically this is called, because it's literally just called on the CD Mother, and my best friend actually has a physical copy of this CD, which is how I heard it in the first place. It's actually a bunch of remixed songs of music from the original Mother, with music by Catherine Warwick, I think that's her name. Because that last part actually sounds like a League of Legends character, and I may have just said that on pure instinct. And I'm gonna feel really stupid. Do I have... let me check real quick. Yeah, it's Warwick. Okay. Okay, that was dumb. Anyways, Catherine Warwick does a lot of the lyrics, specifically of Pollyanna, Wisdom of the World, which are very fantastic songs, by the way, 2 of my favorites. They're probably going to be playing in this video, because I love the music from them that much. They've also got 8 Melodies, which was actually done by a children's choir, and that's really a really good listen. It's also super relaxing, too. And there's just a lot of really good music on that CD. If you just search, like, Mother 1, 8 Melodies, it should be one of the ones that pop up. You'll see you'll see it. It's really cool. I recommend that as well. I believe there's a way you can probably find it on like Amazon or eBay too, and it shouldn't be that expensive either, I don't think. I haven't actually looked myself. Next I want to talk about some other videos that pertain specifically to the Mother series, not necessarily Mother 3. And I'm gonna 2 out of 3 of them are about Earthbound. Because there's a lot of Earthbound videos out there, but not really that many on Mother 3 or Mother 1. I want to start with the HVGN, the Happy Video Game Nerds, Earthbound special video. He did an entire video series on video series, it's one video. He did a video on Earthbound that I find to be extremely well done. He definitely did his research on that video. And there's a lot of really good commentary on the game. There's like 1 or 2 things on there that I disagree with, but that's a personal thing. But if you want to learn more about Earthbound, then I would definitely give that video a look. It's a very, very positive look at the game, so, because that's what HVGN does. So there's not really any criticism towards that game, which is an interesting point. Like, I noticed that a lot of people don't really criticize Earthbound. But that's another thing for another time. So yeah, I definitely give that a recommend as well. This next one might also be a little bit biased, but Rue from Clan of the Grey Wolf also did a 3-part review of Earthbound, which is also a bit biased too, because everybody loves Earthbound. He did it a long time ago when there was a 10-minute limit, so it might look a bit dated as compared to HVGN's. But even still, I felt that it was a really good review, personally, of Earthbound, and I also give that 2 thumbs up. Like I'm some sort of YouTube video critic or something, because, you know, that's what I do on YouTube, is I watch YouTube videos, then make a YouTube video about criticizing YouTube videos. It's a thing. Lastly, I want to give a shout out to an LP. I haven't done this in a while now I think about it. I want to give a shout out to Tapauya's LP of Mother 3. Normally, this is a personal thing when I do Let's Plays. I don't like to watch a Let's Play of the same game that I'm doing, because then I'll be all like, my LP sucks, why are you not watching this other person? But in the case of Tapauya, I actually just went ahead and jumped right in, and I felt, well, it's a blind LP, so we're gonna have 2 different takes on it. But her LP of Mother 3 Blind was really good. Like, she did a fantastic job on it. And it was really cool to see a legitimate first reaction experience to Mother 3. Like, this is definitely a game that if you've never played before and do blind, it's a very good game to do blind, I would think, because of the stuff that happens in it. Her reactions to things were also really good, too, as opposed to a reaction that's really bad, because that's a thing. Anyway, yeah, her LP is really good. Unfortunately, she has quit doing LPs. I remember on Twitter she mentioned something about deleting her channel. At the time of this, I forgot to check to see if she still has it up. I'm fairly sure she does. And if she does, I'll leave a link in the description. If not, I'll mention it in the description. And if not, I'm gonna feel really weird mentioning this in a video and she doesn't. And also, yeah, that's about it for videos and all the extra stuff I wanted to talk about that I can think of. I want to use this opportunity to also close out the project and give some final thoughts. Not just on the project, but on the game itself. So Mother 3 came out in I think 2006, and we didn't get the fan translation until about 2008 or 9 or so. And I actually remember following the blog for this game. There were 2 things that I checked every single morning. Every single morning, I would check Tomato's blog and see if there were updates to Mother 3, and I would check the Smash Bros. Dojo for Brawl. And, you know, it's kind of funny, because I told myself, I'm gonna totally like Brawl more than I am this Mother 3 game. And I kid you not, Mother 3 left such an impact on me that it's a game that's incredibly special to me. Like, I don't say that terribly often, but Mother 3 is a game that I am so glad that I had the opportunity to play. And that's why, well, I'm so grateful for Tomato and the team that translated this game. Now, a lot of people didn't really... I know some people, not a lot, some people didn't really like the take on Mother 3 after playing Earthbound, because... And I had a really long debate about this one with Snack, but I found Mother 3 to have a lot of serious moments. The game is still funny, but I felt like it was a more serious game because of the thematics that were in it, such as the concept of Thunder Tower destroying people who didn't conform to having a happy box and living life the way they want to, and how Luke has kind of held on to the old ways. And some pretty heavy themes about that, such as family, the loss of family, stuff like that. It kind of, in a sense, hit home a little bit. And I really think that this game just has that special flair to it that not a lot of games have. Because I legitimately felt like Mother 3 actually kind of had a heart, in a sense. It was... For the first time I played this game, well, I sucked at it. But but I don't know, there's just something about this game that I can't explain. And that's what makes it so great, is that it just Earthbound, I played Earthbound. I beat Earthbound before I beat Mother 3, before I knew they were different games and didn't have a connectivity to each other. Well, they do, but not a super direct connectivity. And I legitimately found myself thinking more about Mother 3 than I did Earthbound. Like, Earthbound, I found to be a really good game, but after a while I kind of stopped thinking about it. But Mother 3 just stayed with me. It's a game that after I completed it, I thought about it over and over and over again, and I actually wanted to play it again. And the funny thing is that even though I knew what was going to happen the second time I played through the game, I knew exactly what was going to happen each and every time. And I had the same reactions. Just the exact same reactions happened every single time I played through Mother 3. And if a game is powerful enough to where the storyline has the exact same impact on me a second time, then I definitely think it's a game worth playing. And I think that's the whole reason that I would give Mother 3 a stronger recommendation than I would Earthbound, simply because it's so much more impactful to me. I mean, don't get me wrong, Earthbound has a definite impact, but I definitely feel like Mother 3, just as a whole package, has a stronger impact, and it has a theme and a story, and it wants to convince you of something, and it just wants to do so many things for you. Like, at the end of the game, I legitimately felt incredibly bad for Lucas, and in a way, at the time I played it, I kinda related with him. I mean, he was a quiet, crybaby kid who was kind of in the shadow of his brother a little bit, but once they weren't there, his entire family kinda, in a way, Flint kinda stopped paying attention to him and just looked for Klaus all the time, and in a way he kinda lived his life alone, even though his family was still there, you know? Well, Flint specifically. I don't know, just, I could go on about this game, but this is getting into 17 minutes, so I think I'm gonna close this off now. Thank you guys so much for watching this Let's Play, and I really should have made this bonus video a long time ago. And I really hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope some of you decide to pick up and give this game a try. I definitely recommend it. And, yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. And, I'll see you in the next video. Later, guys.